Recording in. All right. Welcome to Mastery Monday for May 2024. Wow, we are rocking through this year, aren't we? Wow, to the fifth month of the year. So just happy to be here with you all. I'm still landing, as some of you know, I'm still landing into my body, still landing into everything that has transpired over the last few weeks of, being in Egypt and all of that. So I'm just gonna share just a little bit about that. I want to save that for another bigger time and really open the space here, since we are just now we're together today, to open it to all of you who are wanting to ask questions or receive guidance or support at this time. So let's just take a short moment together to breathe into our bodies, to unite our energy, to welcome ourselves into this space. The gathering of beautiful souls as you are, just taking a deep breath in and calling all of your energy here to this moment. Calling all of yourself here to this beautiful space that we're able to co-create together. Taking a moment to breathe into your heart as we just welcome the beautiful light around the group as a whole, bringing all of our souls, our bodies, our minds, our hearts, the land we're on, into harmony and balance and connection. And just letting yourself breathe into your body and anything that came before this moment, just letting it flow out where it needs to be. Maybe you need to welcome it in, or maybe it needs to be let go and send energy back to where it came from, to people, places, things, or source. Welcoming all of your energy here that's available for you. And as we're doing this, I'm just seeing to bring a nice golden light through everybody's energy body to support the integration of all that's been taking place, all the levels of our being. All that's been happening energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, on all these levels, welcoming yourself to be held in this space together, and letting this energy be met as you breathe into your body, grounding down into the center of earth, letting yourself be greeted here by beautiful light in the center of the earth. The new earth, this new energy and frequency that's here to stabilize your body, to feel grounded, connected, focused, clear. We all get to come together in this light. And we all get to breathe and share this space. Pure heart, pure energy, pure creation. That all that you bring to the space today, you receive what you need. With gratitude for everyone here and everyone that will be on the replay. Taking a deep breath in, feeling your feet, feeling your body, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes to the space around you. Wow. Yeah, I know that we've all been going through, whatever we've been going through over the past, few weeks, and our own ways of things that have been showing up for us as the energy has been shifting and moving for us on all these levels. And knowing that it's been felt deeply through the collective, through through our galactic existence. And I know that Ooh, my time in Egypt was very, very potent in ways that are still revealing itself. Because it was a very busy time. We were moving and we were up early every morning, and every day was very full with travel, with being at sites, with more travel, with being at more sites, and and all that was happening during the time that we were on the land at these sites. And there was a lot of activation happening. I was tuning into some fields that of energy that I know that was happening in the collective, and then also the activations of the land and the temples and the space that wanted to be remembered again, that wanted to be known through this planet for the holding of the original templates of who we are and what we're creating at this time. And so it was very quite profound. And I had, I think, one of the biggest embodiments of my heart that I've had ever in this life that I can recall. And so that's still landing and opening. And before I left, I knew that things were going to be very different. I just kept getting the message, your life is going to be very different. And we all go to, we all have our travels and things that happen, and have these anticipations, but this one is very true. And I know I'm going to be making a lot of changes in my life in the next couple coming months. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but I know it's happening. So things still feel very dear to my heart right now of what took place. So I'm not in a space of like, "Whew, this is what happened. Here's all the sharing," because it's very deep and internal still right now as it's cultivating what took place. Because like I said, it was very busy and there wasn't a whole lot of integration time there. So I'm in integration here now. And but I'm also recognizing there's so much happening still. This in the past week, we've had an incredible amount of energy move with the sun and the solar flares, and just all this energy coming up from the earth, and just this rapid pace of change. And I think one of the biggest messages that I gained from Egypt and what's happening through the collective right now is just being so open to the unknown, being so open to the mystery, being so open to that which we have believed that isn't true that isn't true. And I think that came really powerfully through the uh the field there, because at the sites it was like there was just so much information coming through, and then we're hearing the narrative that they tell you of what the sites are and what happened at these temples, and you're like, that's not true. It's like the narrative that they have to put out to the world to keep this thing in place, and it's like, we're not doing that anymore, for our own personal lives and for the land and for even just the I mean, there was just so much energy. There were so many galactic portals on that land there, and just down deep into the earth through all the realms of the planet that we don't see, that are alive and living and thriving with beings and nature and everything. So just recognizing that unwinding that we're all going through of these narratives that aren't true, that are keeping in place what has been, what they wanted to keep in place, and really, really taking the moments and these times to say, okay, what narratives am I really putting my attention on, and what am I really willing to receive and be, and let it all unwind. Let it all unwind even more deeply, so that we are creating a new space on this planet and experience at this time. So yeah, let's and that's what I'm seeing right now, is as there's all these things that want to stay in place, even just hearing from people that lived in Egypt, you know, uh, during the time when they said this revolution was happening not too long ago, and there's all this stuff in the news. I'm like, that wasn't even happening. That wasn't even happening. What you saw on TV wasn't even happening. I was here on the ground watching it all. So just remembering what we're putting our attention and focus on, and what we're choosing to believe or see as a truth. And, that can be the challenge in this time and in this day of like, what is truth? What is even the truth? And when we're looking at that as a mystery, just taking it into our hearts and saying, well, I'm just going to be right here. I'm just going to be right here. Just listening and feeling and receiving and letting only that which I can put my attention and focus on that's going to support this. That's where we're at right now. Like, shut it all off. And that was a blessing too, because when I was there, my website went down, things were going on with my email. I couldn't get my iPad to switch from the Arabic language. I couldn't even do anything. My phone was, Wi-Fi wasn't even bringing stuff through. So it was like, there's these things I said I was going to do that I can't do, and there's no way to communicate it. So guess what? I just get to be. I just get to be with what is, and it'll all get done. It'll all be what it needs to be as we go. So it's that trust in what's happening in the moment for us, to just turn off and be super present, turn off all the externals and just be super present with what's right here and present with us right now. So yes, and I get to be with you and I get to hear you today. So just curious of, that's what came through. There was, when I was tuning into what wanted to be brought forth today, was let's just open it up. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's needed, for support for anybody, and really create that space, because I really love doing that because of how amplified it gets, and everyone gets to receive. Everyone gets to receive. So if anyone has a question or something that's been happening for you, write it in chat. Write it in chat and I will answer your questions. Sometimes I like to take people on live, but I also know that can extend the time, and I really want to maximize our connection today. And if I feel called to call someone out live to hear your voice, I will. But I'd love to hear, what's present. What have you been going through? What's in your heart? What's on your mind? What do you want clarity with, or guidance or support? And feel free to just allow yourself to share that. Thank you, Ray. Beautiful. Yeah, definitely coming from a deeper place. And I know there's a lot of unknowns right now too. We're kind of moving we've been going through things really landing and it's really clear, and then there's all this, where am I going? What am I doing? What's happening? What wants to be done? And I feel like I'm in that place. I'm like, okay, there's these things that I need to follow through with and create, and then after that, something new is happening, and whatever that is, it's going to be. And yeah, Charmaine, I just really need to clear away a lot of guilt from past lives. Yeah, it's interesting, this theme, because that was coming up in Egypt too, of things that had happened or things people had done. And even with Sekhmet herself, there was, and even the feminine, there was an incredible amount of healing going on, an incredible amount of healing going on. That was just, the scope of it was powerful, and just releasing a lot of souls from the land, from things that have happened on the land there, and just also other lands of the planet right now, where we don't get to hold on anymore. We don't need to hold on to things or judge the things that we've done or haven't done, because this new slate that we're on right now is new, and that stuff doesn't have to hold us anymore. We don't have to hold it anymore. So let's do that. Let's take a moment here for all of us. Let's take a moment here for all of us to just tune into our bodies, tune into our minds, tune into our hearts, and just notice. And we can do it with this current life and past lives, of anywhere we're holding any guilt, any shame, any discomfort, any judgment, frustration, resentment, regret, of anything that we feel we've done that deserves that. And what's coming through is, it doesn't deserve that. You don't deserve that. The experiences and the people involved don't deserve that, because it was something that was acted out or done for some reason. And can we accept that it was done for some reason? Can we accept that it was done for something that's allowing you to be here at this time to support yourself in coming alive more with who you are? So we're just going to ask for, yeah, we're just going to, let's do this. Let's put a golden light in the center of this circle here. And if you wish to, just sending out, just letting it absorb all the guilt, the shame, frustration, guilt, resentment, regret, judgment, anger, grief, for everybody here. Anything that you're still holding on to from this life, from many other lives, lifetimes, timelines, in your physical body, mental, emotional, spiritual fields, just letting it all unwind. And the question that wants to be asked is, why are you still holding on to it? What's the purpose? What are you using it to keep you from, or to keep, yeah. Because there's a door that wants to open up. What I'm hearing is that you're holding that door shut with this regret so that you don't open the door. But you really want to open the door. This new experience of yourself. So are you willing to say that it's okay? You don't have to hold on to it anymore. That you can step across this new threshold, this new field of being. Good. Just setting it free. Just whatever questions you have, is sending it into this light as well, what you're holding on to, the judgments. The idea that what you're doing is bad or wrong or needs to be judged in a way that's creating imbalance. Mm-mm. So let's bring love. We're going to bring pure love into the field now, to love all the things that you're judging, to release the duality, the right or wrong from it. Set yourself free. Ah, releasing any agreements, contracts, karmas, or just updating the agreements, what you feel may be the karma from those experiences is null and void. Is null and void. That you believe that there's something bad there and it's not there. Welcoming it into the source light community. And any entities and programs from the distortions of this earth that want to hold it in place, we're going to release that from the physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, all the energy bodies. The implants, entities here. Yeah. No longer needing to engage. Bringing a white light through the whole physical body, energy body to support calling all of your energy back to yourself in this golden light in its pure form. As we release this old distorted pattern of having to hold on to judgment for punishment, guilt and shame for punishment that's not needed, that isn't true. And to welcome this door to open for us to see a new perspective within the mind, within the mind's eye, within the heart. Just welcoming this newness to embrace you, to welcome this platform, this foundation of the new earth where we don't hold on, it's not necessary to hold on to those things anymore. Support you, create a foundation in all the cells of your body, and the nerve system, with the thought patterns, with the behaviors. And what's coming forward is to what's more real, to love the life you're in now and to let that be, or to hold on to something that's no longer here. Letting the energy of this new gateway opening up through the heart, opening up through the sacral, opening up through your power, your creativity, to choose this new way of being. So what I'm hearing suggesting is just noticing when there's that idea or belief that there's guilt or shame for something, to just embrace it with love, that you're loved. Yeah, releasing the judgment, the idea that we're judged by others, that would create more judgment of self. I'm just going to sit here for a moment. Just let this light that we're allowing to release these old distortions from planetary holds to keep judgment and guilt and shame in place, as well as bringing in the pure love to bring them together in unity within, dissolve the old. Yeah, good. Just feeling that space where all of that was held, and just bringing golden light, and just seeing that there's some rifts in the mind and the heart still, and the energy bodies where all of that was held. We're just going to bring a soothing, loving, gentle light into the body, into the energy body, Charmaine, to support this healing, that you can be whole, that you can love and be loved, and allow that energy to that it's okay to let it go. Let the thoughts and the ideas of having to hold the guilt and shame go, while welcoming yourself home to yourself, free. So bringing that in for everyone. Feel that, we've all done some things in this life and other lives that, we can see as maybe violent or detrimental or all these ideas of what it was, but it's what we chose. And so if we can love what we chose, then we don't have to hold the guilt and the shame. And that we chose it for some reason that was best for us in that moment. And to go back into that space and keep pointing the finger at ourselves, and also through the distortions of punishment that we came through on this planet, right? Wants to hold that in place and convince our mind and the identity and the ego that's got to keep ourselves in some sort of check, and it's like, hey, wait, that's not a part of who we are in our true reality. We get to choose what we choose, and not choose it from that place of duality or punishment or good or bad. It just, and so, this comes from, I want to lead this into the next question with Ray, and I think it also goes into uh, Gordon as well, of what you're saying about your habits and the ego and the identity. And what we're, moving through right now is that dissolution of the ego and identity that's been holding on to what we feel has been holding us back. And so Ray and Gordon, I feel like this is like a similar question, even though you worded it, differently, is that light inside, right? The light inside. And what we can choose is going, okay, wait, can I for a moment bring love to the habits that we feel are bad, or the foods that we're eating that are bad, or the movements the habits that we feel are binding, entrenching, stifling, paralyzing, going, wow, sit with them. Just continue to keep sitting with them, with the light, and saying, I've decided that these habits are creating the experience of dimming, entrenching, stifling, paralyzing, bad, poor, whatever, right? Can I take a moment and say, that's the perception and lens that I looked at that through and have been looking at them through. And if I continue to have that perception of them, then I'm going to keep them in place. So if we're noticing habits, right? I think that's one of the things that we go through when we open our hearts to our life more, is like, whoa, then it's like, oh, but I see this and I'm doing that. And I'm like, and I can say this from experience of having this massive heart opening, is like going, wow, things will just dissipate. There was habits that I was having of like being visible or judging or jealousy, different things like that just, because it was like, wow, I let them into my heart. I stopped holding them outside of myself and judging myself, or judging what they were doing or what was happening. Right. So it's going, if you can embrace them. So let's take a moment. And anything that we're noticing in our lives right now that we may still be having a relationship with, that we're judging of ourselves, these habits, I want you to just like create a bubble of light or a screen out in front of you and just name all the habits. Name them all. Just like, all right, it's what I'm judging as shitty food, or I'm, saying this or doing that or not doing that, whatever it is, just name it. And we're going to ask, as we're naming it, to diffuse the lens that we're looking at it through. We're going to welcome the light of our hearts to. We're going to ask for a beautiful light, whatever vibration of light that's good, aligned for each one of us in this moment, to bring through the body, whether it's a certain color or just a sound or vibration or frequency. To say, if I'm going to be in the light, then I'm going to see the darkness. That's what the light does. And if I'm going to be in my light, then I'm going to let my light be okay with the darkness. And vice versa. Because then the darkness gets illuminated by the light and says, ooh, I'm here. And then we don't have to judge it as light or dark. That this frequency that we might have been calling light is just the frequency of light that allows it all. Frequency of life that allows it all. Good. And allowing the ego and the identity that wants to still point a finger or have this lens of perception is welcome it into the heart of pure love. Welcome it into the heart of pure love. Welcome into the heart of pure love. Because in its essence, if the light and the dark are the one in a reflection of each other, then it is all made from the same fabric, right? So allowing that love to welcome it in. And maybe taking that moment to, wow, there's something in this habit that is still offering some information to me. Maybe I enjoy it on some level. Can I be okay with that? Can I be okay that there's something within this habit that's bringing me something? Can I be okay with the habit? Maybe that food tastes really good and I enjoy it. Damn, I'm gonna let myself enjoy it. Goodness, right? Goodness, it's when we can enjoy it, when we can say that habit is, wow, going into the deepest levels of its teaching and what it was bringing us in that love. You know, for some reason, this is coming forth of like when you have a rescue dog where a dog's been, not treated very well and it's got aggressive behaviors and someone loves it to the point where it stops doing those behaviors because it's like, I'm safe now. So those behaviors don't have to be up. Right? So it's like taming ourselves with love to welcome those behaviors as something that isn't bad. They were just there because of something that happened. And now I get to love that they're there for me to grow and change. Or whatever that wants to be. And how much of the heart, how much of the mind, how much the body can open to receiving where what we might call the light and the dark to meet in that love. And it's interesting, Ray, specifically, I'm just seeing the zipper, like it's okay to open it. It's okay to open it. It's okay to open it. Each one of those habits that's dimming or entrenching or whatever the words, it's okay to open to it. Welcome it in rather than push it out. Because in it is a part of you. And if you keep pushing the behavior away, you keep pushing yourself away. So it's welcoming it in, connecting with it, communicating with it, opening to it, letting it in. Letting it in. Mm. really what you're doing is letting yourself in. And recognizing that in that there was something that you weren't feeling comfortable with, right? And can you choose to be comfortable with yourself? It's the greatest gift. Greatest gift. So just taking a moment, everyone, breathing into your hearts and just welcoming in another experience, another level of being okay with yourself, welcoming yourself to you. That none of those behaviors or habits define you. It's who you really are is right here. Who you really are is right here. Ah, can that be okay? And just taking some moments every day and just saying, right here, right here, right here. Good choice. So that's the strengthening. It's continuing to welcome yourself to yourself. Being right here, bringing love to all the parts of yourself. Thank you for bringing that in for everybody. Continue to flow with that energy. Yeah, Joe, I'm experiencing truth as a minute to minute thing. It's my truth and only my truth ever changing. Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. So, Ray, I hope that helped and continue to support. Manisha, I would love some healing for living with my son. Some days difficult. I've had some markers that are off in my liver. I'm waiting for an appointment for an ultrasound. Thank you. So just seeing to release some energies and what I'm hearing is the first things first is accepting that some days will be difficult. Because living with family or doing things like that, or anything, just in life itself, for everyone here, just to recognize that some days are going to be difficult, right? Some days are going to be difficult. And what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of energy that your son is holding that's creating some tension, but that's something that I wouldn't be able to, work with unless it's with him specifically. But with you, I can just allow your energy body, because what I'm seeing with that is like your energy body is in that space of muddledness to where you're holding on to the energy so much that it's just creating a lot of incoherence in your own field with your own self. So what I'm hearing is focusing on yourself, focusing on your own energy, focusing on your own grounding, focusing on your own connection with self. And I think this can ring true with all of us at this time, with whoever we live with or whoever we're interacting with, is that things are so intense for everybody on levels that people are conscious and unconscious of right now, that to stabilize your own field is going to be the greatest gift ever. And that, so I'm just going to bring let's just ask for anybody that's having any interactions with others that are difficult right now, as well as Manisha, just allowing that energy. We're going to bring in, what I'm seeing is this beautiful iridescent blue light around your energy body. And just dissolving all the energy you're holding. Around this experience that you're just keeping in your field. And that, a daily cleansing of your energy body and your field would be really supportive of you so that it doesn't keep cascading and building and creating challenges in your body and your physical body. And so we're just going to bring this and allow all the cords, all the energy that you're holding, good, to dissipate, to expand your body and your field so that you don't feel like you have to constrict. That's what I'm seeing, is you're really constricting into your physical body. So anyone else here that's feeling that, just welcoming anywhere that you're experiencing constriction. We're going to clear and cleanse everybody's energy bodies here at the same time. At any level that you give permission to allow clearing and offering here. And what I'm seeing in your liver specifically, Manisha, is I see you standing there kind of pointedly at yourself in some discomfort around any decisions you've made, and then just some cords that are going out to these decisions. So if you wish, we can just talk to that part of yourself. And if anybody else wants to just tune into your own body and find a place where you still may be challenged in interactions with others or decisions you've made, just tune into that part of yourself as we go through this. So we can also do a healing on everyone's liver, which is probably needed. So Manisha, just talking to that part of yourself and seeing if it's okay to just reflect upon the choice that you made to make that decision. What was underneath it? What was there for you at the time to make this decision that you're holding against yourself? Anyone can do this too at this time. If there's any decisions that you've made or choices that you've made that you're holding against yourself, good. Good. Yeah, just hearing that clear already, Manisha, just allowing yourself and everyone else. We're just going to welcome any parts of the body, the organs that have been holding this to gently. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, good. Feels like you can free yourself from that now that you know why. So let's also bring in the energy of being steadfast and clarity of the decisions that were made and the whys and what you're doing to move forward with this in a clear perception, a clear way. Yeah, beautiful. And this will create some more ease if you sit with this throughout your day and remember the truth in it, remember the clarity in it as the foundation to allow and the acceptance of any of the difficulties or challenge that arise are just a part of life, a part of this experience. And that meeting it with love and acceptance, taking more time to connect with yourself and create more spaciousness with yourself. Just bringing healing to everyone's, good. Some chords. Beautiful. I'm just sitting and allowing that energy to integrate for yourself. Everybody here. Ah, beautiful. Thank you, Manisha. Seeing a lot more clarity in your body and that part of you out of your liver. So hopefully that was supportive for you. So I think that's, an idea that we get. And I know we've talked about this before, that once we get to a certain place, life is just going to be easeful and there's not going to be difficulty or problems or whatever. Just going, hey, wait, life is still life. We're still in the human body. There's still going to be moments, there's still going to be moments. Earth, yeah. Thank you, Manisha. Thank you, Kristen. I'm feeling much lighter. Beautiful. So it's just going into that space of, if we can accept that we're going to have challenging moments with ourselves, with others, with life, then we can meet and greet them more with an opportunity to go to with clarity of how to move with them, how to move through them. And, having this choice, having that choice. And then being okay sometimes if we don't meet it with love and acceptance, right? Just going, yeah, I'm just in the throes of it right now. I'm just gonna be in the throes of it right now until it passes. But also remembering our practices and the things that do support us. Remembering the things that do support us in those moments. Whether it's just sitting and breathing or being in nature or connecting with somebody that is supportive or whatever it is, right? It's like going, yeah, thank you. Let's see, Sarah, I've been having back issues. I wonder if it's a reflection of feeling stuck. Yeah. Back issues, Sarah. So it's interesting. The first words that are coming is, how are you holding yourself in your inner posture? How are you holding yourself in your support? And everyone can tune into this too, is like, what level of support are you giving yourself? What level of foundation are you choosing to stand on to connect in? And I'm also seeing just this energy attached to your back, Sarah, that, and anyone else can tune into this, and we'll just ask for any energies that are also attached to anyone with how we support and connect in with ourselves to be freed up. So Sarah, I'm just seeing this energy attached to yourself, and it's almost like you and anybody else that you feel you may be interacting with or could be judging you right now, just kind of glommed on. And so let's just ask to see what's here to release that for you, for anybody else here in this space. We're taking on anybody else's energy that we may feel be judging us, or we feel we have to or that we're not supporting ourselves properly, or I'm seeing mother, I'm seeing feminine energies of just where there's feeling a lack of connection, a lack of support. I just simply ask for Sarah, if you wish to just simply ask this energy to not be held on your body through your thoughts, through your mind, and tuning into yourself and going, how can I be stronger in myself? And everyone can ask themselves this question in this moment, in this clear field of, how can I be stronger with myself? How can I be stronger with myself? Ooh, and what are the levels of support? So Sarah, just breathing into your heart, and everyone breathing into your heart. And just all the energy that we've given away to thoughts and ideas and feelings of not being supported or not supporting ourselves. And what I'm hearing, Sarah, right now is that and for anyone else who this is resonant for, is that it's time to really allow yourself to whew, bring in this level of support for yourself. Mm, yeah. We're just going to bring some healing to the back, to the mind, to the heart, to the body of what that would look like, what that would feel like. And knowing that you do yearn for this within yourself. So just deeply reflecting right now, just the little parts of yourself that are willing to stand up and support for you, within you, from you. Hmm. Good. And that I'm hearing that, the idea that we all can get to is that it's got to be big. If I got to support myself, it's got to be big. What I'm hearing is it's just little by little, step by step, little by little, step by step, that each moment brings, each opportunity brings an opportunity to bring in some level of support from yourself. And just allowing any grief that's coming up around that, where there hasn't been the support or feeling supported or supporting the self, we're going to just soothe that, bring that into some soothing light. And just seeing that it might be a good time to go. It's there's a cocoon phase happening, Sarah, and I know others are probably experiencing this as well. Just to go in, take some soft moments, nurturing moments to the best of your ability that you can. And anywhere that there's a block to it, just again meeting it and saying, yes. Just let's release. There's a block coming up here, and just seeing it in the field with everybody. There's a block here that, whew, where we have this belief that to be able to support ourselves, we have to be supported by others. And that's a big one in the field of humanity and the collective. And let's just allow ourselves to go into that space of letting ourselves come into a beautiful recognition of our power, of our moments of being here in this body. And that the truth is we are deeply supported. Sometimes it's not just by the people or the places or the things we want the support from, but we are supported if we were alive. We wouldn't be supported. We wouldn't be here. There wasn't some level of support happening. So let's just ask for a recognition of anywhere that we are receiving support, whether it's from an unseen, maybe giving some trust and faith or some opening to the unseen support that we are receiving, as well as releasing this idea from your sacral, from everyone, from our deeply rests into the psoas and the root area of the body. Ooh, that we're only worthy to be supported if we're supported by others. Ooh, just letting that be held in the love of the feminine within and the masculine support of the divine union that we all are within ourselves to receive and be the support. Anywhere else that we're holding energy right now, or anyone feels that you're holding energy through the body in any way from that or anything else that took place here in this moment, just asking for a golden light to go there and to Just see what's there, see what needs to maybe be dissolved or integrated, brought into, yeah, resonance. And just bringing this collective field into a healing light, supportive light. That we open again to another gateway within ourselves, and just noticing maybe through the heart or anywhere else where this gateway is, that you get to open to the self support that is inherently present within you. The clarity and the wisdom and the behaviors and the thoughts that are supportive, just letting them activate and come alive, whatever level is available here. Whew. Just letting this integrate and open, allow the depth to reveal itself and integrate. So, in this moment, anywhere that we've been feeling pain in the body or we have an imbalance in the body, just letting a healing light come through the top of the head all the way down through the body and unwinding anything where we're holding energy, anywhere there's been pain or imbalances. Hmm. Go in there and allow this light to bring you any information that's needed from this space, as well as ah, yeah, just anywhere that a lot of this is tuned into any emotions that are being held stagnant, or any emotions, thoughts, patterns, behaviors. Yeah, good. Unwinding it from the body, as well as allowing any energy that wants to integrate from it. I'm seeing in some bodies it's energy that wants to integrate. Sometimes pain comes in funny ways. Sometimes it's not necessarily quote unquote negative thing. It's just information. Good. Yeah. Oh, and Ray, specifically, when you were asking about your left shoulder, I was just seeing this energy going straight into the heart, wanting to just be in your heart more, and where those limitations, where you're mentally limiting yourself. It's like bringing a light from the heart to the shoulder, just welcoming where the limitations are, that they can soften. And Linda, where that energy was coming in, just any of the unexpressed emotions that you're having, just letting those whew, have a place to express. And Pat, with your experience Bringing the light here to drain it out. Drain out what's held here. The golden light to drain out whatever you're holding in your physical body, that part of your body, so that it can be transformed. And Pat, specifically, I'm seeing that that is not doing enough, not excelling enough. There's a lot of judgment here on the self, and it needed a place to go. So let's see if this can be an opportunity to dissolve that. So if anyone else is holding that in the body anywhere, if you're holding any inflammation, anywhere that you're holding any pain, anywhere that you're holding, ooh, yeah, beautiful. Hmm. Hmm. And also, Beverly, with your ears, just saying that, pressure. That's it. And anyone else here that feels like you're holding pressure from life, holding pressure of life. You're holding the pressure of life. Giving yourself the opportunity to, where are you holding pressures towards yourself, towards the world, towards others? Just welcoming that to soften, 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 soften. Body and mind. Just hearing where the thoughts want to rebel, where the emotions want to rebel. All the have tos, shoulds. Just let those soften. Yeah. And yes, as we're welcoming this energy to continue to flow, to let the body and the mind soften, just wanted to connect with you, Emma, around your choice point here. So just also all of us who are in choice points, moments where we're receiving guidance or we're making a moment of change or we're feeling change coming. Just welcoming in this light, that softening, the field to bring in clarity through the mind, through the body. To welcome in an opportunity to create a space of connection with the choices we are making. To see what's before us. To see what's before us. So we're going to ask for a clear light to come present into the field. From the heart of our soul, from the heart of our truth. To welcome in the clarity of what we're moving into, what we're choosing, what we're creating. Whoa. Emma, just putting this experience, this situation into that clear light. Hmm. And welcoming the clarity of your heart to answer, and also just tuning into this and just seeing that there's a lot of there feels like there's stagnant energy where you are now, and it is ready and time to ah, shift and move into this next phase of your life where it doesn't necessarily mean nomadic and it doesn't necessarily mean fixed. So I'm seeing an opportunity to maintain a space of where you can stay, come back to, but also moving to this next situation. It feels like there will be a great amount of healing in doing that. Hmm. Great amount of healing. Remembering that every moment may not be easy, but there's a great amount on the other side of it for you. So finding a middle path between the nomad and the fixed and allowing that to happen, it seems like it's right there. The opportunity and the placements are right there for you. If that makes sense for you, it seems like that home you're in can be, or another place can be a fixed place or a rooted place, and then allowing yourself to move about. Ah, yeah. And letting this clear energy integrate so that these choice points and movements ground in with ease for all of you and what you received. I'm just going to do a little clearing of the field right now, too, with everything that's come up and come alive and come through. So all this energy can integrate into each individual with ease, as well as allowing any other energies that are still residual to yeah, wow, there's a lot of energy today. So appreciating all your kind words, thoughts here. So just wanted to see if there's anything else that we can. Oh, so Judy, yeah, asking if there's any galactic group that can help you heal the coral reefs or anything you can do to facilitate that. Well, so what I'm hearing is with the waters, and there's actually with the whales, the dolphins, and those original templates that were held in the temples that still exist within the oceans, to call upon those because they're really wanting, the communication that you have with them, and then calling in any of the galactic experiences that support those temples still, and through the collective earth grid, you can call upon those to support and um, love. What I'm hearing is the way you can stream that to that, and without the judgment though of what it has to look like, what it has to become. That's when we're doing any of that kind of work. It's having the clear picture of health, whatever health would look like for it at this time, right? Whatever ecosystem or whatever the ecology wants to become through the healing of it at this time, because it may look different than what it has in the past in its healthy space, right? So really allowing that shift of perception so that it can just be what it wants, so it can become what it wants to be in its healthy state. Yeah, yeah. So, so thank you everyone for your beautiful, kind words and gratitude. And let's just take a moment here. Mm, thank you, Ray. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lasha. Yeah, so let's just take a moment here with our own selves, our own individual bodies, so that we can come into a space of connection with our own stability, our own bodies, our own space. Taking a deep breath in to our hearts, to our bodies, welcoming the integration of all this energy that and new perceptions and experiences, letting them integrate and ground into the physical body and throughout the whole energy body. So all the cells of our bodies know this now. The DNA and our neurotransmitters to replicate the new. And to know that each moment is new, to create new support, new connection, openness through our hearts, through our bodies, through all of our being, through our soul, through source, as one in every moment. That we're supported and loved. That we get to continue to grow and receive each moment the best that we can, free of judgment. And just feeling this and grounding it down again to that center of the earth point that's greeting you, so that we can ripple this newness and healing and movement through to wherever it wants to be received, through earth, through humanity, through all the beings, seen and unseen, all of nature, all of our cosmic relations. We're being filled up. Clearest energy in this moment throughout all that is. Grounding into the body and welcoming yourself home to yourself as we allow all of our energies to be our own space, our own experience. And thank you, Kristen. Yeah. So wanted to, yeah, I love that. I love how we all share Manisha when we do a healing for someone and we all get to witness it and experience it ourselves. That's what I love about this group process. And I just wanted to share something that I feel goes along with a lot of what people were experiencing today. Is this morning I woke up with a lot of overwhelm. It was like, like the day was like, and it was like, whoa, okay, what's going on, and just sharing a bit about what I was experiencing when I got home. My parents were here because they took care of my son for the second week that I was in Egypt, and they stayed a little longer than I thought. And then there was just all this stuff. So the only time I've really had to myself with my son was for a few hours yesterday afternoon since I've gotten home. So, it's just kind of like taking it in. And I remember I just was like sitting with it and be like, okay, all right, I'm going to greet the overwhelm. I'm just going to greet the overwhelm and be like, here's life. This is life. And just sitting with it and just being like, okay, it feels uncomfortable. It feels really uncomfortable. I need a vacation from my vacation. It wasn't a vacation, but it's kind of going, but you want to know what? I made this choice to show up. So how am I going to show up? Not just with you, but with myself. How am I going to show up with myself? And it was just that deep breathing and just saying, okay, just flowing with it. And I think that's, the greatest, as we kind of talk about a lot, the greatest gift we can give ourselves, is just meeting each moment. Because I thoroughly enjoyed being with my family, and I was so grateful that I got to spend time with them here in where I live instead of always where they live, right? And it was just like, just this beautiful, seamless experience. And then going, and knowing that right now there's a lot of compression, of life, of experiences that we've had, and a lot of expansion at the same time. I know we've gone through this a lot through these changes that we've been going through over the years, where everything just feels super, super compressed at the same time that it's just wanting to open and expand. And so where when we can meet that, just like we were doing earlier, meeting that light in the darkness where it's just that one place, when we can meet that compression and expansion and just say, okay, I'm in overwhelm, let's go, or I'm in I'm in frustration, or I'm in sadness or anger, let's go, let's do, let's be, let's just flow with it and keep breathing with it and keep acknowledging it and letting it do what it needs to do, right? Without identifying and attaching and clamping down with it, and so in these moments, just allowing. So just allow yourself to have those softer, quieter moments whenever possible. Yeah, it just won't stay compressed anymore. That's very true. If we try to compress with it, it blows up. So yeah, just giving you, that by knowing that this space exists, of this group field that we get to experience, or that space that exists, kind of reminding yourself, oh wait, I know this. I know what's here. I know what's here with this. This is an opportunity to expand with this. There's an opportunity to grow with this. There's an opportunity to open with this. Right. And just letting that continue to guide the process, and keep allowing the growth and stillness within it all. So just wanting to thank everyone for being here today, and I look forward to sharing more with you. Maybe some pictures, as well as just some insights and things that have come through, and just really appreciate all your shares and the wisdom that you're bringing through for everybody to grow with. So I look forward to, I'll send this replay out, and also I feel a gathering cultivating from some of the things that I'm integrating that I feel are pertinent to the collective right now. So I'll be inviting you into that in a couple of weeks. So just so grateful for all of you. Love you all. Enjoy your day, and be well. Be well. Thank you, Nick, Gina, Sarah, Joe, all of you, Kathy, Virgie, Gordon, Ray. I love you all. You're all so precious and beautiful, Kathy. Thank you. Much love. Be well. Enjoy. Charmaine, Kristen, Marianne, Pat.